Hello, I'm Amanda Eliasch. I'm a fashion editor in Los Angeles, and I'm a collector of curiosities which will be for sale at the Swan auction house in October, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. And I also am an artist, and I've done one or two neon lights which I did from a series called My Peccadillos, and they will be for sale, and my black and white photographs too. I will also be selling my sex chairs, which everybody seems to be fascinated with. Needless to say, they've been only used by me. In fact, actually, they haven't been used at all. They're by Brazier-Jones. My house was completely full, and I'm at the time of life when it's quite good to sieve and keep the best of your objects and sell some others. And I had a lot of things in storage. I'd had another 2 houses, and so I thought it was a good idea to do a sale, and I just got on with this man, Thomas Keane. And as I was doing it, he came round to the house, and my house was full of clothes because some had arrived from storage. And I said, do you know anybody who could auction these off? And he said, I'll do it for you. And I love the way that he took over. I love men like that, and so it worked. And so yesterday was the day of the clothes sale, and I know most people like the sex chairs, but I'm totally uninterested in the sex chairs unless I take hormones. So basically I like to get rid of some of my clothes, and I intend to give some for charity towards knife crime and some to my sons, because I like to give them a bit of independence.
Well, there's one at Tesla, the Amanda Eliasch fashion sales, about 700 lots to get through. We've got loads of sales here today, a few announcements. We've got some BBC cameras in and what have you in here today. We don't really film, we've got an issue with that. Come and see one of them from the staff and make sure you get blurred out. So you should be at work and you're here.
What a lovely day.
Swan.
My grandfather made Centrinians, and I had great enthusiasm for school uniform at that time. Joan Collins looked fabulous in school uniform. So I really loved those films, and obviously they mean a lot to me, so I decided to go with corsets and ties. Come on, just let yourself go. They're not your shoes anyway.
Well, not too fast, darling. Girls just want to have fun.
She's going to marry my son. It's very exciting in England, because I even made the editorial page of the Times, which nobody makes. It was written in a very funny way and gave a quote from Scott Fitzgerald saying, "The rich live differently from you and I." You know, I think it's the first line of his book. So I think it'll be an exciting sale. I hope I don't get them back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want them home.
£65 on the internet. We're all done at 65. Thank you.
I only remember the love stories, so I only remember the underwear.
Amanda's definitely not like my other friends' mothers. She's a lot more fun. She really embraces her style, and her style's classic. Her pieces, which she sold at the auction, are classic. Timeless pieces, and her style is the same.
£85 so far, but at £85, say 90, £85, but at 85, we 90, £85.
90.
90, but at £90.
I was editor-at-large for a fashion magazine in Beverly Hills, and the owner had met her, and he said, you know, she'd be great as a fashion editor. I said, well, let's ask her. So took her to dinner, and I asked her to be the fashion editor. And she accepted, and she was shocked. But funny enough, she'd had a childhood dream about being a fashion editor. Funny how these things happen. Happens in my life too. And so she joined the magazine and became fashion editor, and we became very good friends.
I will really be doing another auction in October, this time for my furniture, which is by, I have an elephant by Mark Quinn. It's a very big elephant which I bought for the elephant family to support them buying up the land so that the elephants can move from one territory to another and back again, so their breeding doesn't become inhibited. And then I've also got some chairs and tables by Brazier-Jones. I've got art by Barry Reigate, who I get on very well with. I've got some other art by Dougie Fields, who's an amazing artist, and he was a friend of Sid Barrett's. And I have got, what else have I got? I've got a fantastic neon light belonging to Dan Atto. He did it, and I bought it from Freeze about 8 years ago, and it's of a girl on a motorbike, and that's sort of my fantasy, so that's why I had that. I'm very sad to get rid of these pieces, but as you can see, my house is extremely full of goodies, and there is no way I can keep everything. I lived in California for about 6 years, on and off, and before that I lived in Paris, and in Paris I bought Tamara de Lenpica's art studio, and it had some of her furniture, original furniture there, and so I'm selling that too. It was designed by Mally Stevens in about 1920. I think it'll be a fun sale. It will have lots of incredible items, curiosities. I've got some swans by artist Thoriel Harwood, which are huge gold swans. I've got so many pieces, little knickknacks that mean something to me. So I think it'll be an exciting sale. Plus it's got all my black and white photography that I did about 8 years ago, which I printed and took of women in sort of corsets and underwear, which is what I was famous for in the beginning.
Right, let's crack on. Number one, the Metropolitan Rickshaw. This is decorated by a famous artist called Nicky Hasman, and part of the Elephant Parade and a big auction a few years ago, and here they are to be sold. So the tuk-tuk or rickshaw, 2,800 game work, 2008 gone done. And finished with Tracy Emin Black Coleshaw shirt decorated with other artists as well, in a perspex frame, and directly from Amanda Eliasch collection there. And I'm already with £1,000 over 1,100. I bid £1,000 for it, £1,000 I can take 11 for it. At £1,000 over £1,100 it'd be £1,200. We're going to 2004. Down 2004. 2004. I'm still here at £500, but at £500 be 550 for it. At £500 be 550, at £500 be 550, I've already bid £500 be 550, at £500 I'm going at £500 to £500 going all down 500.
I don't want Jack to get mad at me.
Oh, forget Jack.
He will. He's going to go crazy.
Well, he knows
He
you're
said,
coming
your mother's turned me into you, into her.
See, that's what you should be getting on film.